He's not picking his calls. I haven't seen him for days. The police is looking for him. I don't know what to do.
The first time Amara entered Lagos, she pressed her face against the dusty bus window like a child seeing the world for the first time. Everything felt loud. Downfall drivers were screaming insults across the road. Streetlights reflected on flooded roads filled with potholes. Massive billboards advertising skincare creams, betting apps and luxury apartments towered above rusty rooftops and crowded kiosks. Somewhere far ahead, Victoria Island glowed beautifully in the night like another country entirely. Amara stared in silence. Beside her, her mother clutched an old glamorous go bag tightly against her chest. Inside it were gari, beans, dried fish, crayfish, and 2 tubers of yam carefully wrapped in newspaper. Her mother looked at her quietly. "Remember why you came here," she said softly in Igbo. "School first before anything." Amara nodded immediately. "Yes, Mama." Back in the village, everybody celebrated when her admission came. But nobody knew the real story behind the celebration. Nobody knew her mother had sold almost everything she owned just to send her to school. The small provision shop she struggled to build for years slowly emptied shelf by shelf. She borrowed money from church women. And now, here they were. The city where dreams either survive or disappear. Her hostel room inside Unilag was small, cramped and unbearably hot. 2 rusty bunk beds. Mosquitoes everywhere. The walls smelled like heat, sweat and old paint. That was where she met Kemi. Kemi was a skinny Yoruba girl from Ibadan who spoke extremely fast and laughed at almost everything. Her father repaired cars by the roadside. Her mother sold rice and stew beside a bus stop. The 2 girls became close almost immediately. Poor people always recognized each other quickly. They attended classes together. Shared noodles and transport money together. At night, they read with rechargeable lamps whenever electricity disappeared. Some evenings they trekked from class to hostel because they couldn't afford bike fare. But somehow, they were happy. Until the day she met Malik. It happened on a hot Wednesday afternoon outside a cafe near school. Amara was returning from a boring GST class carrying photocopied handouts against her chest when she noticed the black Benz parked beside the road. Music blasted from inside the car. 3 boys leaned casually against it wearing designer clothes and expensive sneakers. They looked like Lagos boys straight from Instagram. One of them stared directly at her. He was Malik. Tall. Sharp beard. Gold chain. The type of guy village mothers prayed against during midnight prayers. "Fine girl," he called casually. "You know they smile?" Amara ignored him at first. But Malik smiled like a man who was used to getting whatever he wanted. By the end of that afternoon, he already had her number. And without realizing, Amara had just opened the door to a completely different Lagos. Malik introduced her to a world she had only seen online. Rooftop restaurants in Lekki. Pool parties. Boat cruises. Nightclubs. The first time Malik took her clubbing on the island, Amara nearly cried from excitement. Girls with flawless wigs. Boys spent money carelessly like tomorrow didn't exist. Everyone looked rich and important. And for the very first time in her life, Amara felt seen. Malik bought her an iPhone. Then expensive wigs. Then designer bags. Soon her Instagram transformed completely. Soft life pictures. Luxury dinners. Hotel mirrors. Champagne glasses. The village girl slowly disappeared. And she loved the new version of her. But while her lifestyle improved, her grades quietly began to die. She started missing classes.
Can't you see your grades are really low? Girl, relax. Education is not everything. Where are you going to? Club, of course, mind your business.
One night around 2 a.m. when Amara stumbled drunkenly into the hostel room while Kemi was studying. Kemi looked up angrily. Amara hissed loudly and threw herself onto the bed. You're just jealous because nobody is taking you out. Silence. Heavy silence. Kemi stared at her for a long moment. Then slowly looked away. Months passed. First semester results were released. 3 carryovers. Amara laughed it off carelessly. Malik said school no really matter in Lagos. Kemi stared at her in disbelief. No, Malik go write your future for you. But Amara no longer listened to anybody. She had become addicted to the lifestyle. The money. The island life. Soon she stopped going to classes completely. Sometimes she stayed in hotels for days. Some lecturers no longer recognized her face. Then second semester results came. More failures. More carryovers. Probation letter. Still Malik kept laughing whenever she worried. Baby, relax, he always said. Life no enjoyment. Until one day, Malik disappeared. His phone stopped connecting. Instagram gone. Snapchat gone. Nobody knew where he went. EFCC was allegedly looking for him and his friends. Suddenly the soft life vanished. No more dinners. No more expensive dates. No more rides. No more money. Only carryovers waiting patiently for her. Then the final blow came. Amara sat quietly inside the faculty office. The lecturer adjusted his glasses slowly. Then spoke coldly. Due to poor academic performance and excessive carryovers, you are advised to withdraw from the university. Everything around her became silent. Withdraw. One word. But it felt like death. The journey back to the village was the longest trip of Amara's life. This time, there was no excitement. No dreams. Her mother stood outside the house waiting when she arrived. Older now. Thinner. More tired. Amara couldn't even look her in the eyes. I'm sorry, Mama, she whispered weakly before bursting into tears. Her mother stared at her. All the suffering, she whispered. All the sacrifice. Amara cried out her eyes. And that day she finally understood something terrifying about Lagos. The city can make destruction look exactly like enjoyment. And by the time you realize what's happening, your future may already be gone. Meanwhile, somewhere inside Unilag, Kemi was still attending classes. Still struggling. Still fighting for the same dream they once shared together. If you enjoyed this story and want more stories like this, click the subscribe button and like. See you in our next story, The End.